Hi everybody, Dan Illman, Matt Bernier. The feature race at Belmont on Sunday is the $100,000 Gold Fever Stakes for 3-year-old sprinters. You can bet it with a DRF Bets account. Not only can you bet the Gold Fever with a DRF Bets account, but as you see right here, you can bet the Preakness with free cash. Get a $100 deposit match bonus. DRF.com/bet. The Freakness. Free cash. Preakness. Here's the entry card for the $100,000 Gold Fever Stakes. We're going to have a big favorite in here, Matt, deservedly so. It's the number 4 Engage. Graded stakes winner is a 2-year-old. Came off a bit of a long layoff last time out in the Grade 3 Bayshore. And while it really never looked like he was going to win, I thought as a starting off point, he ran just fine. And isn't he just going to get a great setup?
He probably is when you consider there looks like there's a considerable amount of speed in here. I think really this race boils down to, do you think Engage takes a step forward in his second start, which seems more likely than not considering Chad is the trainer? And also, what do you think of the horse drawn just to his inside Forced? Because if you think Forced is a legitimate horse, then perhaps you have an alternative. But outside of Forced, the rest of this field, no disrespect to the connections, they just seem like they're not as talented as a horse like Engage is.
Engage got bumped pretty hard coming out of the gate last time out in the Bayshore. He was down closer to the inside. I'm not sure that was the place to be. A National Flag who was outside just flew by him in the stretch. Just a solid performance. I think a good building block, and this will be a good building block probably to the Woody Stevens on Belmont Stakes Day. As for Forced, we'll throw up the Timeform US pace projector. Forced has big speed. He has not been headed from 2 starts, although he was disqualified from his most recent race at Parks, a race in which he just dominated it from start to finish. He put up an 89 Buyer's speed figure. That's better than anything the rest of this field has ever earned, and he's getting Lasix for the first time. My concern, Matt, is that I think the 5 of Different Styles got some serious gas also. I'm not sure Forced is getting away with an easy lead as he faces real horses for the first time.
It's going to be interesting to see how things shake down. You got Edgar Prado named on the mount. This horse, I think he's very talented, but you're probably dealing with a couple things. First things first, his first 2 starts, he has a legitimate issue out of the gate. He breaks out hard to the right-hand side, and that could be a bit of a concern if you're a fan of Engage at a short number. From a pace standpoint, you're right. He's going to need to deal with a heck of a lot more pace early on than he has, and I don't know how that's going to shake down. I don't know how this horse is going to react if he has to deal with other heat, put that horse away, and then deal with Engage.
And that's really the key. I'm not sure if a Different Style, the number 5, is really rateable. He's a multiple stakes winner sprinting in both of those races. He grabbed the lead from the start. He was the pace setter in the Bayshore, and he had to go fast to do so. So I'm not really going to hold that race against him too much. From the outside post, it does give Kendrick Carmouche options. If the shipper Force decides to blast out of there, I guess a Different Style can use a Different Style, but I don't think that's to his best benefit.
No, I was going to say, I think his game is speed, and really, to me, it's more a matter of what does Prado do on Forced? If they see the outside horse is intent on going, do you want to get into a speed duel? Or do you think that you're on a legitimately talented horse and you can sit off of him and try to take advantage because you still think you're going to get the jump on Engage?
We're expecting some wet weather in New York this weekend, and that could only help the number 1 Flash Drive. Both of the lifetime wins have come over sealed, sloppy tracks, but in both of those wins, he was able to establish an easy early lead. And it's hard to imagine with horses like Forced and a Different Style in this race, Flash Drive getting to the top. So he likely has to do it a different way.
I was going to say, breaking from the inside, that's probably the worst case scenario for this horse. I think he's got a little bit of ability, nice New York bred, but with the speed to the outside, they're going to have to make a decision early.
Amino Khalidoud was tested in the Bayshore. He did not run badly at all. He was no match for Engage in that spot. And I guess he's kind of the stalker in this race that could probably work out a good trip. I'm a little bit concerned he's not good enough.
Yeah, I have to be honest. I think he's a nice little horse. I don't think he's good enough to run with these.
Let's go with our top selections for the $100,000 Gold Fever Stakes at Belmont. You're going with Forced. You love this horse's early speed, and boy, he was good last time out. Let's just hope he breaks well.
That's the big thing for me. He's going to have to be more professional. Can't continue to break outward as sharply as he has in his first 2 starts, but I think the talent is undeniable. It's going to be fascinating to see what Edgar Prado does. Does he wait and see what the outside horse, a Different Style, does and play that sort of situation? Or are they going into it saying, you know what, come and catch me. We're the best horse. We're the fastest horse. I'm going to be fascinated to see. And you know what, if they go guns blazing early, it could set up beautifully for Engage.
And you know something? I think this is a must-win for Engage. Not the Bayshore because it was the first start off the layoff, but if this horse is going to be a factor in races like the Woody Stevens and in the H. Allen Jerkins down the road, he's got to take advantage of a good pace setup in here as a short-priced favorite. No value. I'm going to go with Engage, though, to get through this. Forced would be the only other horse I would use. 4-3 for me in the 100 grander, the Gold Fever at Belmont on Sunday, which you can bet with your DRF Bets account leading up to the Preakness. Bet it with free cash, and I mean the Freakness. Get a $100 deposit match bonus. DRF.com/bet. Approximate post time for the Gold Fever, 2:37 Eastern on Sunday. Good luck.